Dear colleagues, today I will take you on a tour of accounting standards, IFRS. I try to make it like the necklace on the neck of accountants. A point that I would like to stress before we start the tour, which is that the accounting world consists of 5 accounts. So if you are in a business, you have money, this named in accounting capital. If you need additional fund during your business, this is not a capital, this is liabilities. You borrow from your brother, your sister, whatever, from the bank, this is a liabilities. The money you have taken, you're gonna to buy something, whether to be physical or service. If it's physical, it will be assets. If it's service, it will be named expense in accounting. The product that you have bought, it will be sold. So this is revenue or sales. You're gonna to take money against this sales, so the money will be back and the cycle will return back. Okay, let us start with our standards. First, you have capital, you have money. Okay, you need it, as we mentioned, we need additional fund. It will be liabilities. This fund you need to look for standard number A23, borrowing cost. How to record your loan, how to record the cost of the loan, the interest, and all of this. So you have to go through A23. When you start a business, you're hiring employees. These employees have benefits, end of service, pension, all of this. So you have to go standard number A19. By the way, there is an old standard, as we know, old standard and new standard. So abbreviation for the old, it will be A, and the new one, it will be F. So A19 for the employees' benefits. Some companies actually suggest to, instead to give the employees money, they give them share. So you have to look for R2 to know how dealing with this share-based payment. During your business, there is, of course, gonna to occur problems may occur between the company and the other parties, and then it may need to file a lawsuit, and which is resulting in expectation of either obligations or dues. In this case, you have to look for the standard number A37 for provision and contingent for these liabilities or assets. Okay, let us move to the assets. If you buy, as we mentioned, this money, you have the money, you start buying something. If you buy something physical, it will be an assets. So you go directly for standard number 16. Specify how to record these assets. If you own this asset, there is a conditions to consider this as an asset in your records. So you go through 16. Assets such as buildings, car, lands, machines, all of this, it's considered to be under standard number A16. Okay. During the business, your eye on your assets to see if it's impairment. This case, you have to go through standard A36 if there is any impairment of your assets. If, for example, you bought a building or bought a car, and the fair value now in the market, it's less than what you have recorded in your books, so you have to go through a standard number 36. Also, you have to know the reason why it's you have an impairment assets. Maybe because you have a mistake in your depreciation calculation. So you have to go through standard number A8 to see the policies related to the depreciation, policies related to the inventory, all the policies related to the accounting. It will be in standard A8, and also how to handle and correct any mistakes in your calculation in previous years through standard number 8. And also when you are checking for impairment assets, maybe the reason because it's becoming out of work. And for example, you are bought and production line 10 years ago. It was manual, now it's computerized. So you decide to stop this production line, and you're going to sell it within a few months. So in this case, you have to look for F standard number F5. 5 stop, non-current assets held for sale. Okay, business also maybe is going well, but you don't have money to buy a new land, a new machines. You can lease from others. So in this case, you have to go through F16. And also, the government may give you a land assets, any part, any kind of grants. So that you have to go government grants to in A20. In this case, to know how to dealing with this government grants, whether to be land, fixed assets, or cash, or whatever, yani any kind of grants. Business is going very well. You decide to invest in land to build a new building. So you bought a land, okay? But during your waiting, just 1 month, 2 months, you find your neighbor of this land digging in his land. He find an oil come from the land. So you decide to invest in this land. Just keep aside till to sell it with a higher price. So in this case, it's moved. The land here moved from 16 to investment property to A40. 40. In this case, this land becoming investment, not an fixed assets in your company. Serve it in your operate in your company. So it will be under A40. You wait for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months. Then you decided to start oil exploration in this land. You start preparing the document, the paper, everything, and start even digging in this land. So all of this procedures or operation, it will be need to look for F6 mineral resources. All of this in this standard. Okay. Finally, you find a petrol or the oil is there. You can find gas and even oil or gold even. So you find an oil. So it's if you find this, it will be moved to intangible assets. If you have now physical, the oil it's there now, so it's intangible assets was including also developing and researching all of this. It will be in this standard. Okay, actually, you in this piece of land it was huge. So there is another place in the north of this land you have not touched it before. So you start after 5 years. You said, okay, let us start work on this also. Maybe you find something gold or something. So you start digging in this area. You find water everywhere. There is a water. So you decide to move from the petrol to cultivate this land. You decided to cultivate the land. So you move to agriculture or standard number 41, which is related to the livestock activities or forestry activity. Uh, okay, this is not a fixed asset. If you have as biology, this is becoming a biological asset. Biological asset is a living animal or plant. A living animal or plant. This is a biological asset. Move from fixed assets to be in under agriculture A41. Okay, but the harvest of this plant is becoming inventory standard number 2. So the tree and animal is standard 41, but the fruit and vegetables and the harvest from this harvest product, this is under the inventory or standard number 2. Okay, I sold the harvest, so in the market. So this is a sales or revenue. Okay, In this case, I have to go standard number R15. R15, it's concerned about the sales and revenue, how to record it. There is 5 conditions to consider this as a sales in your company. Even you are in a construction company, you have to know the contract, how to record your revenue and sales in your document. So I sold all the product, but unfortunately, most of this was on credit. So there is a account receivable account or debtors account in my current assets. I make my budget plans, everything depending on this collection. But there is a risk. Maybe I can't collect all of this money. So in this case, I need to manage this risk. So I have to look for financial installments in standard number 9 to know how to manage this risk. It's not only for the debtors, it can be for payables, for interest, because the risk is not only for debtors. There is an interest rate risk, there is currency risk, so I have to manage these risks. By financial, I have to look for standard number 9, standard number 32, to specify which item I can use it to manage the risk, and standard F7, how to disclose this in my financial statements. Okay. Returning back to our oil, land, business is going well. When I find the oil, I decide I need pipes to move the oil through the pipes to my customer, and my neighbor is already have these lines, pipes. So I decide with him to go in a joint agreement to use these pipes. So in this case, we sign a contract and we need to look for the standard number F11, how to both manage the pipelines, the cost of these pipelines. Okay, business is going well. I decide to invest in my neighbor company. So I said, okay, I'm gonna to invest in this company, but to decide the percentage I'm gonna to invest, I have to go through the investment options. I found here whether to invest by more than 50%. In this case, the company will be a subsidiary and I have a control on this company, or to investment to more than 20%. This mean and of course less than 50. In this case, I have a significant influence, and this will be associate. So I decided to just to invest by 30% in this company. So if I decide like this, I have to go through standard number 28, investment in associate, A28, to see how to invest in this company by a percentage of 30%. And of course, we need to have a separate financial statement to present this investment percentage. So we need to go through F27 for the separate financial statement. And of course, in case we're dealing together, if I sell something to this company, or this company sell something to mine, so I have to related party disclosures, how to disclosure on this transaction between each others. This it will be standard A24. 5 years passed. I decided to invest by 70% in this company. It will be subsidiary, and I have control on this. In this case, I have business combination. To have a business combination, I have to see the fair value of their assets and liabilities. I have to go for standard number F13 to evaluate the assets and liabilities of this company before I buy it. And of course, the result of this evaluation, it will be goodwill. Goodwill mean if the fair value of the assets 1,000, 1,000. So if I put this by 1,200, so it will be a goodwill. So I have to go through F3. And of course, in this case, I have to make a consolidated financial statement for these two companies now. I have to make one financial statement by F10. Okay. Actually, the business is not working only in one country. This business is working, and I bought from different countries with different currencies. So I have to go through foreign exchange rate A21. 21. At the end, I have an income. So this was 21. This is 12 to income tax. For this income, how to dealing with the taxes by A12. The aim of all the business is to see how the earning per share it should be in progress yearly. So I have to go through standard number A33. If I implement this is the new standard IFRS for first time, I have to go through R1. And before to prepare my financial statements, I have to go through A1. This is F1 and this is A1. How to prepare my financial statement? I should present current assets first or the fixed asset first. This it will decided by A1. Okay, I prepared my reports by end of December. Okay, everything is going smoothly. In March, there is COVID-19. It affect all of the business, not only my business, the whole world. It affect my collection, it affect my liability, and even my sales. So in this case, there is an event after the reporting period. I have to go through standard number A10, how to dealing with this event which is happened but after I closed my reports and company. Thank you very much.